I'm Tiffany Chenneville, and I'm an associate professor of psychology at USF St. Petersburg. And I joined USF St. Petersburg as a faculty member in 2004. All or the majority of my research has been in the area of pediatric HIV. And I certainly have been working in this area since I joined USF St. Petersburg. I have a joint appointment with the Department of Pediatrics, which has afforded me the opportunity to work closely over the years as both a researcher and as a clinician with children and adolescents with HIV and their families. Pediatric HIV, which really is looking at both children and adolescents with HIV, is of great relevance to women for a number of reasons. Women, including adolescent females, account for 1 in 4 of people living with HIV in the United States and approximately half of HIV infections worldwide. HIV disproportionately affects women of color. And gender inequalities drive these trends because of gender norms related to masculinity and femininity and violence against women. I believe that as a vulnerable group, people with HIV are in need of protection, yet their individual autonomy rights are equally important. And when you're working with women and children, this is even more important. So I find that pediatric HIV is of great relevance to women. Historically, a lot of my research has focused on decisional capacity, which really is looking at how much do young people understand about their illness and its impact and treatment and how to prevent transmission to others. But I'm moving a little bit more into focusing on the stigma element. So the WLP award is very timely because currently I'm preparing to visit Kenya this summer. So I have a very generous donor whose name is Walter Scott, who is funding my research team and I to go to Kenya to visit and collaborate with Springs of Hope Kenya, which is an orphanage which is home to many children with HIV, and which also sponsors a training program and a self-help project initially designed for women living with HIV. So the name of the program is Bagamoyo, which means lay down your heart in Swahili. And this program provides training and employment for women living with HIV. So they sew handbags and they sell them, and this helps them to support their children and families. And then long term, ultimately, the program is also designed to help sustain the orphanage. So while Walter Scott provided funding for the travel for this initial trip, we're hoping that this will be the beginning of a multi-year project that will culminate in an ambassador program for women and children with HIV. So the WLP funds will be used actually when we get back. So when we return from our travel this summer, the WLP funds will help us to organize and analyze the information that we gather while in Kenya and to plan for the next steps. And also, the WLP funds will help me to support the amazing young women that I mentor by providing undergraduate and graduate research stipends. So I'm very excited about that. I would just like to thank the members of WLP for funding this award. I am absolutely thrilled to be a recipient of this award and incredibly honored to be among such accomplished and inspiring women. And I just love the idea of WLP, which is women helping women. And I can promise the WLP members that I will pay it forward.